After understanding Earth's geographical south and north pole and magnetic south and north pole, let us do this example 5.8. The Earth's magnetic field at equator is approximately 0.4 Gauss. 0.4 Gauss. Estimate the Earth's dipole moment. So we have to estimate M for Earth when magnetic field is 0.4 Gauss. The equatorial magnetic field is given by this formula. BE is equal to mu naught M 4 pi R cube. So now we have this equatorial magnetic field given 0.4 Gauss, which is 4 into 10 to power minus 5 Tesla. For R, we take the radius of Earth, and Earth's radius is 6.4 into 10 to power 6 meter. Now let us put all these values. So what would be the formula of this M? M is equal to B into 4 pi R cube upon mu naught. And you know this mu naught upon 4 pi is equal to 10 to power minus 7. So let us put all these values. So what is the value of BE? B or BE is, it is 0.4 Gauss. So 0.4 Gauss, that means 4 into 10 to power minus 5 Tesla. So this is B, 4 into 10 to power minus 5 Tesla. Now this mu naught upon 4 pi is 10 to power minus 7. So we will put it later. So we have just put this here, mu naught upon 4 pi. So this 4 pi goes down below mu, and R cube is, R is 6.4 into 10 to power 6, cube of that, this is mu naught upon 4 pi. So this is 4 and this is 6.4 into 10 to power 6 to the power 3. Now this mu naught upon 4 pi is 10 to power minus 7. When it goes up, it becomes positive power. Minus 5 plus 7, that is 10 to power 2. Because mu naught upon 4 pi is 10 to power minus 7. When we solve all this, what we get? We get 1.05 into 10 to power 23 ampere meter square. So this is the magnetic moment of Earth or dipole moment of the Earth. This is close to the experimental value quoted in geomagnetic text. So what is the experimental value? Experimental value is 8 into 10 to the power 22 ampere meter square. So what the value we got? We got 1.05 into 10 to power 23, and what is the experimental value? 8 into 10 to power 22. So let us see whether they are close or not. Let us remove one power. Let us reduce this power. So this will become 10.5 into 10 to power 22. Actual value 8 into 10 to power 22. So power is same, only value is little bit different. Instead of 8 we are getting 10.5, but result is approximately same. So our results are correct. Again we have come to another theory type of part, but this is very important to understand this theory part, because 1 mark questions come from this theory part only. Magnetic declination and dip. So next part is magnetic declination and dip. So here we can see this is north pole of the magnetic needle or compass, this is the south pole, and if you put Earth here, let us put Earth here. So this is true north of the Earth, this is true south of the Earth, and definitely you know there is some angle. There is some angle between Earth's magnetic north and Earth's magnetic south, and north pole direct towards this magnetic north NM, and this is geographical north. This is magnetic south and this is geographical south. And you know that Earth south and north magnetic pole are reversed. In reality, this is SM and this is NM, but we don't use this convention, we use this convention. So for Earth's magnetic field, this is the picture. Magnetic field lines goes inside the north magnetic pole and comes out of the south magnetic pole. So there is some angle which is called angle of declination. Consider a point on Earth's surface. So let us consider any point on Earth's surface. At such a point, the direction of longitude circles determines the geographical north-south direction. So what is longitude circles and what is latitude? Let us first understand what is longitude and what is latitude. So this is Earth. So what we can do, we can put this kind of circle. So this is north, this is south. Similarly, we can put a circle like this. So we can create infinite number of circles, and this circle is in plane of north and south direction. So these circles determine the north and south direction. So we can put infinite circles on the Earth, and for understanding it better, you search on the internet longitude and latitude. So since this is a book and I cannot give you a 3D picture, so it is difficult to understand, but if you search this longitude and latitude, then you will understand better. Longitude and latitude. So these are longitudinal lines. Suppose this is Earth and we just draw a circle rounding the Earth. So these are called longitudinal circle, and if we draw a circle like this, so this is called latitude circle. Similarly, we can create infinite number of circle. So this is Earth, this is one circle. So if we move little bit, we can draw another circle, again another circle. When you see these circles in 3D, then you will understand it better. So these are longitudinal circle. So short story is longitudinal circle are in this direction, latitude circles are in this direction. Latitude circles are horizontal circles, these are vertical circles. Again vertical or longitudinal. These are horizontal or latitude. Okay. So this is the summary of the story. So now consider a point on Earth's surface. At such a point, the direction of the longitude circle determines the geographical north and south direction. So here we can see this circle is determining north and south direction. The line of longitude towards the north pole being the direction of true north. So this line will give us true north or geographical north. The vertical plane containing the longitude circle and the axis of rotation of the Earth is called geographical meridian. So if there is a vertical plane that contain longitudinal circle and axis of rotation of Earth is called geographical meridian. So there can be infinite number of vertical planes. So the vertical plane that contains longitude circle and the axis of rotation of Earth, that is called geographic meridian. In similar way, one can define magnetic meridian. So this is, let us say this is geographical meridian. This is geographical meridian. Now let us define what is the magnetic meridian. Similar circles can be created for magnetic field as well. Similar circles can be created for magnetic field as well. Now magnetic meridian of a place as vertical plane which passes through the imaginary line joining the magnetic north and south pole. So this was Earth. So we have created a circle and this is true north and true south. But we know there is some difference between this magnetic north and magnetic south. We can create a circle here as well. We can create a circle as well. In a similar way, one can define magnetic meridian of a place as vertical plane which passes through the imaginary line joining the magnetic north and south poles. So this is magnetic meridian. This is magnetic meridian. This pole would intersect the surface of Earth in a longitude like circle. So we can see this is a longitude like circle, but there is some angle. A magnetic needle which is free to swing horizontally would then lie in the magnetic meridian. So here you can see this magnetic needle is in this magnetic meridian. So this magnetic needle which is free to move is in magnetic meridian, and the north pole of the needle would point towards the magnetic north pole. So here this north pole of the magnet is pointing towards the magnetic north pole, and south pole of this magnet is pointing towards the south of the magnetic pole. Since the line joining the magnetic poles is tilted with respect to geographical axis of the earth, magnetic meridian at a point makes angle with the geographic meridian. Okay, so since we know there is some angle, so this magnetic meridian and geographical meridian also make some angle. This then is the angle between true geographical north and the north shown by compass needle. So this is the true north south, this is the magnetic north south, and when we translate it to real conditions, so what we have, this is true north, this is the magnetic this is the north shown by the magnetic needle, and this is true south, and this is the south shown by the magnetic needle, and there is some angle between them.